What is going on, guys? G Squared back at you again. This time I would say with a review of the Dell Active Stylus. I'm sorry I haven't put many videos up. That's because of college, and it's a bit harder than it appears. So I'll try to get some videos up every now and then when I can, without affecting any of my grades, which is the most important thing. Anyways, without further ado, let's get into it. Now, probably the best thing I like about this is that it's so easy to take notes. As you can tell, I'm using Microsoft OneNote, which is very compatible with Stylus, and you can write really easily. But let me just show you some notes that I've taken. Let's go to some calculus 2. I'm just showing you like the accuracy of the pen. Now, if you see like scribbles or something, that's just I'm writing fast, whatever. Just because the professor's writing on the board, I'm just trying to put it down. I can read it. It's not meant for everyone else to read. It's for my note taking personally. But as you can see, right here, that's a little tail hook. That was before Microsoft. Not Microsoft. Well, I guess it might be Microsoft. Yeah, it's Microsoft OneNote. That was before OneNote came out with an update that kind of pushed out the no tail flick problem that they're having. I've noticed it less and less more, and now you can actually see. I don't know if you can see it. I'm pointing with my other finger. It is right there. It's twitching around right now. It's a little dot. Let me get it up here. There it is. You can see it better. It follows underneath my pen, and what this does is it helps with the accuracy of writing. So, and it's also on the desktop as well. But this allows for the tail flick to not be as noticeable, which was a main concern of mine and of many of people, because they would be writing something and they'd get like on this X right here, they get a little tail hook, and on this parentheses and stuff. But if we look at my let's see, my most recent notes, those are typed. That's the intro I did. Let's do some weekly review stuff that I just wrote today. Actually, this is a linear algebra. As you can see, I did an integral and did not have the tail hook, and I'm looking through it and I can't see anywhere that I did have a noticeable flick. Let's look at some discrete math. I took some pretty good notes. I believe it was pretty in depth. At one point, yeah, this is pretty nice. So with that issue being mostly resolved, I would like to just talk about the pen itself. So on this pen, I'm sorry for the lighting. I'm in my apartment and I do not have adequate lighting at the moment, and it's an overcast day. But just bear with me for a few videos if I do any more in real life stuff. But the pen itself, it feels nice. It's weighted nice, and after using it for, oh gosh, it's probably 4 or 5 months now, I can actually give it a decent review. I do like the feel of it. It has the rubberized bottom part. Allows you to grip it quite nicely. When I was first using it, I was applying too much pressure and the pen was like actually slipping out backwards. So I would end up like writing real close to the tablet. But I've learned to just not push down as hard, because it's not a pencil or pen, so you don't have to write or push down as hard. You can just I usually touch it once to let it know like it turns it back on, I guess, because it goes to sleep after about 30 seconds. But you don't have to push hard, and also it has a pressure sensor on the end of the pen. You can see that little gap there. That is it allows for movement, so it can detect different pressure. so I can write real lightly and then push down harder, and you can see how it goes light to dark, which is really cool. I do like that feature. And then to erase something, I have not figured out any more purposes for these buttons. I do know if you hold the front one down. Oh, what was it? I never used the front one. Okay, yeah. So if you, maybe that's just holding it down. Yeah. Okay. So holding down the front rocker switch button brings up a little menu, and you can copy paste stuff, whatever. But holding down the back one, that's the one I use a lot. You press it down and it brings up the eraser. You can see it there underneath the pen, and you can just erase things. But see, what also happens is I've let go of the actual pen, and you saw the eraser there for a little bit after I actually let go of the rocker button. And what that will actually end up doing, say you're writing stuff, because that eraser is still there, say you made a mistake, say you have 5 plus 4, and you're like, oh wait, that's supposed to be a 5. See, it's still there, I let go. So you try to like write a 5 or something, or maybe you need to write something else, and you're like, crap, I just erased some of my notes. So what you have to do is you actually have to, what I found is you, it's caused by pressing it and holding it while releasing and then letting go of the button. So what you have to do is you have to just press on the screen and then just tap the button and it goes away. That is probably my biggest issue with this pen. Was that problem, but I've just learned to adapt with it, and I've written countless pages of notes that would equate to real life paper, but it's not too bad. I've gotten used to it, so it's pretty good actually. Now the second or the third, whatever topic number I'm on, I want to talk about battery life. Battery life was a huge concern for me at first because I was going through a battery per week. I don't know what was going on. I mean, you put the battery in and it starts working, starts writing, and then as the battery starts dying, you don't get any notification or anything. The pen just stops working. So the first few weeks while I was taking some Calculus 2 notes during the summer, right after I unboxed it, I was going through those quadruple A batteries, which are not easy to find, by the way. I was going through them once per week. I was like, man, this is not how I was expecting. This is not going to be a viable option because it adds up, and that's going to be a big resource to go through. But what I was figuring out is because you can see how that dot appears. Let's put it down here on the darker background. How that dot appears. What I would figure is as soon as I'd stop writing, I would just quickly pack up and put the pen on the back of the tablet, and I was thinking it was still registering the screen, therefore staying on and draining the battery. I'm not sure. Anyways, I just had to replace the battery 2 days ago after 2.5 months on one battery. I don't know when it just started not using up energy or anything. I was expecting to change it at any point. After the first few weeks, I'm like, okay, it's about to die, but it just kept on trucking for about 2 months. So I'm not really sure what was wrong with it at first. Maybe it was some update they did that made it just use less power on the actual tablet itself. I have no idea, but now I know that it runs out after about 2.5 months of writing 4-ish hours a day, weekdays that is. So it's not too bad. I really don't know what else to talk about on this pen. It's held up really nice. There's no scratches on it. You can still see the Dell on there. It still looks pretty new. It doesn't get dirty at all. The tip is wearing nicely, as in it's not showing any sign of decay, which is good. And I think that's going to wrap it up. Overall, it's a very nice pen, and I'm so glad I went with this option of taking notes on this tablet with this the Dell Active Stylus pen, because it saves up so much paper, and I can easily access any of my notes I've ever taken. It just pops up instantly. I can add on to it, whatever. I think you just you press down on the front button and then drag let's see. Yeah, you drag it and you can actually select things and then move that as a whole, which is pretty cool. Probably shouldn't have done that because I'll fix it later. Anyways, that's it for this, guys. Thank you for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please check out my other videos. Don't forget to subscribe for future videos. I'll be doing a review of the tablet itself. Also, I'm posting gameplay videos and who knows what else. Anyways, guys, thanks once again. Bye.